She's a dance pro on Dancing with the Stars, recently partnered with Geraldo Rivera. Welcome, Edyta Sliwinska. Welcome. So look, we are, Geraldo, I mean, we know he has such a news guy. We know him from that sort of brand. What's he like as a dance partner? What was it like working with him as a dance partner?
You know, it was wonderful. I'm very fortunate that I got to meet this guy and get to work with him. He's probably the most interesting person I've ever met. I think he had 10 careers in his lifetime. Every time we would do an interview, I would find out something new about him. And then, you know, on the dance floor, I'm not gonna lie, it was a challenge.
Sure.
He's 72 years old and he has a bad foot. He has no feeling whatsoever in his left foot.
Because of back surgery,
Because of
right?
back surgery.
Yeah.
But I have so much respect for him for getting out there and for showing everyone that even at this age, you don't need to sit on a couch, that you can do anything you want.
Yeah.
He's such an inspiration.
Brave, too, to face a national TV audience, you know, and step out and do something
He's done
like
that. So his whole career put himself
but
out
not
there.
putting
you're
in
right,
that sort of brain on the dance floor. Good for him.
Yeah,
Well,
and we really
good
had
for
a
you.
blast together. We really did. And I think in our last routine
Yeah,
show.
but I will tell you,
so
it was
funny.
so good to it was so good to see you back on the dance floor too. We're going to
Thank
talk
you.
about what's in the store for you as well.
Welcome.
you.
Okay, great. You have probably seen her dominate the dance floor year after year on Dancing with the Stars. Well, now she is here dominating our little deck, which doesn't seem quite as glamorous. Edyta Sliwinska is with us. It's good to have you here.
So great to be here. Thank you.
You know, you had Geraldo Rivera as your dance partner, and unfortunately, you guys eliminated on last week's Dancing with the Stars. If you haven't seen it, why don't we start there? Good jumping off point. By the way, he was playing Donald Trump in this, and you were Melania.
Melania.
Let's take a look.
Oh, wow.
Vladimir, hi, it's Donald. That was huge. It was huge. Hey, Vlad, could you hold on for a second? Melania.
Pero suenan los timbales. Tito, tito, suéname los timbales.
One of the bars that's coming up right now.
Oh,
That is
oh.
funny. That was
What did the
Beautifully.
judges say?
It was him. He said that he was the first
only-
Puerto Rican without rhythm.
he said it.
He said it.
Goodness, he
Yeah.
said that. Because, you know, sometimes the judges are pretty harsh there, but
Did you expect him to be so challenging when you got him as a partner?
You know what? I danced with a couple of people that were not in the prime age, and it's you never know what to expect. And you had there was Tommy Chang in a previous season, and he was, I guess, a little bit more limber or could move a little bit better. So you really never know, regardless of age, height, and gender, how the person is gonna dance. But I definitely expected a challenge because being 72 years old and coming on the dance floor, it's gonna be
and with his
difficult.
leg and foot and everything.
Yeah, I
that
know.
he came
Definitely.
With some, minuses,
yeah, I know how that works. Well, do you had final party words with him, with Geraldo?
Yes, we are great friends. I'm friends with his family, with his wonderful wife, Erica. And truly, he was such a joy to work with. And I'm not kidding. I've learned so much from this man. I learned how to approach life, how to keep on taking challenges, because that's what keeps you alive. And I'm very grateful.
Would you advise him to maybe step into the professional dancing arena and make that part of his career? Well,
Sure.
Why don't we ask him?
Yeah, let's
ask Geraldo. Is he here with us? There he is.
Hi,
Hi, Geraldo.
Hi, Edyta, the beautiful Edyta, beautiful and talented surprise.
What a great surprise, Geraldo!
I'm telling you, first of all, my palms are sweaty watching that clip. I've never seen the show, the actual performance. But my only regret from the whole fascinating experience is that I am depriving, because of my klutzy dancing, depriving America of this wonderful, beautiful talent. The best dancer in the country, a wonderful person. She's so charismatic, so caring, so patient with me. A wonderful wife and mom. It's just been a delight to meet Edyta. And you know, yesterday we had so many family reunions going on. We didn't have a chance to say goodbye, but I just want to give you the biggest kiss. You really were such a
Geraldo,
joy.
mwah, because
Class
we
act.
enjoy you.
I just want to know, Geraldo, did you hear from Donald Trump at all?
I haven't, Cristina, not yet. But I fully expect to when I get back home. You know, his grandkids are in school with my kids. You know, so we go back a long way. I think that he'll get the joke, though, and he had bigger fish to fry this particular week, as both of you know.
Did you guys, and both of you can chime in on this, did you expect to go longer in the competition? Did you know, obviously, you were going to get, you know, maybe be on the front end of it? But...
You know what? I was hoping that we go longer and that we'll have a chance to work with Geraldo longer. So, but do you expect? You can never expect, because even the best dancers very often don't get through. This is a competition based not only on the judges' score but on the audience votes, and who knows who people vote
Right.
for.
Geraldo, did you enjoy this, the experience at all? Was it just frustrating because you wanted...
Well, you know, Mark, I like to be in control of what I'm doing. I am a very,
know that.
you know, AAA person in that regard. But as you saw in the clip you played, I was totally out of my league. You know, I was a boxer for 25 years, and as I said after the competition, that getting hit in the face was nothing compared to missing a step on live TV before 20 million people.
Oh.
Particularly when I had that bombshell on my arm. It was very frustrating.
Were the judges fair? What do you think?
You know what? Yes and no. Of course, because they have to compare you to other couples in the competition. But in a sense, I think some of them they understood that Geraldo, just coming out there for Geraldo was such a huge win. But some of them were a little bit harsh. I don't know, Geraldo, what do you think? Were they fair?
Well, as I said when we were eliminated, that if we weren't eliminated, I would have demanded a recount, because I think that if we weren't the worst, I mean, me, not you, we're the worst amateur dancer. I was close to the worst. So I'm okay with it. Again, my only regret is, well, two things. One, I want the message to go out that use it or lose it, regardless of your age, keep moving, you know, for as long as you can, because there's plenty of time to lay still when you're dead. The other thing is, I think that the show like this should have a little bit of a handicap. I mean, me going up against Von Miller, the Super Bowl MVP, or some of these girls who could do flips backwards and forwards, and Wanye from Boys to Men. I mean, it's just, I was totally out of my league. But again, I had the experience of a lifetime, and being with Edyta was so life-affirming. To see, you know, she took time off to go and have a baby. She has a brilliant husband, Alex, a wonderful guy. You know, they have a full life. She came back to the show, the ratings through the roof. And I just hope that they find a way to keep her on center stage every week. That's all I can say.
Well, listen, you were, if anything, you were entertaining, Geraldo, and I
very
applaud
gracious.
you.
You're very gracious, and thank you for coming on.
Thank you, Cristina.
Thank
Yeah.
So great to see you, Geraldo. What a great surprise.
Off
Okay.
Geraldo, thank you
Big
for
kiss,
dropping
Edyta.
in.
See you.
Big kiss.
Thank you so much. Edyta, I want to just shift focus a little bit now, because he talks so much about your being a mom.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and Edyta was here talking about she's a single mom, she's out there doing that, she's single, but you know the handful that it takes.
Yes, it's definitely the hardest and most responsible job on
Do you
earth.
dance with a stroller in one hand and do the thing with, how do you balance that?
You know, I'm a very hands-on mom. I don't have an army of nannies helping me. I actually don't have a nanny on a daily basis. I only get help when I work on certain projects. And this time, when I was on the show, I had Alec parents help me. But how I do it, I just don't sleep at night. And yes, you juggle a lot of things at the same time. Yeah.
Are you happy to be back at working as well as taking care of the babies?
Absolutely. You know what? It's very hard to keep balance between being a great parent and doing everything for your child, but then keeping something for yourself too and feel confident enough to go back to work. So you don't want to go back to work and feel guilty, but then you have to be your own person.
But you know what you also get too as a parent, and I know moms get this more so, is so much unsolicited advice. Whether it's what are you feeding your kid, how long are you breastfeeding, what kind of diapers are you using?
How much television are you letting them watch?
Did you feel that? Did you feel pressure at all from people saying you should? Are you still doing that? Are you on solid foods yet? Are you breastfeeding still? Are you?
You know what? Every person you talk to will give you a different advice on sleeping, on breastfeeding, and you know you should sleep with your child. You shouldn't sleep with your child. And with breastfeeding, I have a 2-year-old and I still breastfeed. So this is kind of embarrassing, but
No, what's wrong
but
with
you know
that?
what? Well, if before before I had Michael, if someone told me that they do that, I would probably be judgmental. But now I look back, and my schedule has been so crazy. And I had a first dance performance when he was three months old. And we've been traveling with my stage show all over the country. We were touring with a baby. That breastfeeding just seemed like the most natural way to keep my baby happy and secure and have this you know, a feeling, it made me happy and kept us connected.
Well, what's next
So here we
for
go. I'm definitely going to be still part of the show. I'm going to be coming back in those group performances and probably covering as a correspondent for interviews after the show. I will still be involved in my stage productions with my husband. And I'm thinking about sharing my experience as a mom and a working mom with other women out there, maybe writing a book, maybe something like that, yes.
Should teach how to dance in high heels.
Yeah.
Not that I need to know that. Not that I
Mark's high heels out. No.
Edyta, don't be spreading that rumor. I know how you're going to. Yeah, and that's what he said on national television. He wants to learn how to dance in high heels. That's not true. For more on Edyta, you can visit her website. Information on the bottom of your screen, and follow her on her Twitter. Yeah, I think you know you get so much advice as a parent. Like, don't scroll it. Those are